Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
Wherever you call home, we are there. In favorite places. Large spaces. For many homes, we have coverage that fits the way you live. And with our home systems protection, you can cover major home appliances and more. We cover more type of homes than ever. Get the coverage you and your family deserves. For a free no-obligation quote, visit us online or simply give us a call.
Back at you in Gloves Off, and today I got a great guest, Monica from the LIBRE Initiative, and we're going to touch base on property taxes, how you can lower them, and what's going on here with the project of LIBRE Initiative. How are we doing today?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Well, tell us a little bit about it, because we've talked before, and I want you to explain to everyone what it's about, how they can get involved, where they can see the workshop that you're having next week, and take it from there.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Gloves Off, and thank you to all of your audience for listening today. Well, my name is Monica Franz Rodriguez. I am the Grassroots Engagement Director for an organization called the LIBRE Initiative. For those of you that maybe didn't see the previous podcast a few months ago, but we are a grassroots organization that's, in my humble opinion, doing some amazing work. We work on obviously grassroots, meaning that we have people such as myself out all over the state of Texas. Actually, we're located in 13 states. We do have a team of 26 here in the state of Texas. I am very blessed. I get to live and work in the great city of Laredo, which is a privilege for me. I have fallen in love with Laredo and its people and the geographical location. And so my job is to be talking about policies and issues and really inviting the community to be engaged and active and informed and empowered on what we're doing. What the initiative that we're working right now, 100%, this is the entire work that I get to do is related to the economy as a superior topic, but underneath it is property taxes, specific to property tax reform. Property taxes are affecting a lot of Texans here in the state of Texas. And just a statistic that I have here in my hand as one of my handouts is, of course, Texas is a huge state. Texas is bigger geographically than many states in this United States, which is incredible, right? You can almost say Texas is its own country. Our economy is bigger than a lot of states, and actually our economy is bigger than many nations, or some, not many, but some nations. So all that to say is that Texas is a huge influence, has a great economy. The only problem is that we do have a major threat that is looming. It is property taxes. And so for your listeners that are on today, I don't know if you have ownership of properties, if you're a property owner, or if you're renting. But in either case, believe it or not, whether you own or rent, you are paying property taxes directly or indirectly. And so we have a major problem that property taxes have become so high and so quickly that it's not keeping up with many incomes. It's actually coming to a great surprise for a lot of people. And so with that, the work that we do is that, one, we're bringing awareness to the issue. property
Mhm.
taxes. Most people just know that they have to pay more, but they don't really realize what's going on. But one day it's gonna, it's gonna hit them like a freight train. You know what they say. And the other aspect. So we're working on bringing in awareness to it. The other side that we're doing is we're activating our community. We are really working on property tax reform because we want to make sure that the state of Texas is healthy economically, that people are able to live and really own their homes. And the name Libre, the reason it was named Libre is because we believe in freedom. There's a somebody just tripped. Sorry, I'm so sorry. She's okay. But anyway, we believe in freedom, that people should be free to live and work and be able to have a good life. That is what the American dream is. So
I couldn't agree
anyway,
with you more. A lot of our property taxes go to school taxes. We have a school district. A lot of people don't know UISD, which is United Independent School Districts, which is top heavy on property taxes in comparison to Webb County and city and the college. And it seems to be top heavy in comparisons to the rest. And I don't know if they're producing what we're paying for. Understand what I'm saying? And they're going up. And that's a main concern. I don't mind paying taxes, but are we getting the services for it? And if the
well,
service is being there, it's kind of like going to a 5-star restaurant and they bring you a box of frozen sous vide food, and you're like, wait a minute, this is not what I paid for. So it's very interesting. We need people to stand up. There's senators that are standing up. In fact, there's a movement that they want to get rid of property taxes altogether. And
sure.
and I understand the rationale for that. Um, Tell me about how, in comparison, is the city tax, the college tax, the school taxes differ from other states? Are we lower, higher in percentage, or what's going on? Because some people say that we're high.
Yeah, well, there's so many different states with so many different, and even within our state, some school districts are higher than others. So it just really depends. I will say, specific to generally speaking here in the state of Texas, and generally speaking here in the city of Laredo, the highest taxing entity is the school district. That is one of our biggest taxing authorities. And so, in response to what you're saying, there is conversation about no property tax. I I do want to be clear. The LIBRE Initiative is supporting, and me personally, because it makes a lot of sense to me, supporting a property tax reform effort. Like you mentioned, property taxes do serve a purpose. We live in an amazing state. There's a lot of services that need to be paid for. I personally love to be law enforcement. I love law and order. I love to feel that I'm safe. There's a lot of city activity that is really beneficial to me as a citizen, right? The roads, hospitals, there's a lot of things that are good. And we're not dismissing that. What we are supporting is a property tax reform, ensuring that the property taxes are increasing in accordance with inflation and with incomes, so that it is sustainable. But we can't have a system where it's just just a drastic spike. Since 2020, which is 5.5, 6 years ago, our property taxes have increased an approximate 40%. And that is shocking to many. It's creeping, creeping, creeping. And then all of a sudden you feel like, oh my gosh, that's how much I pay on property taxes. So my job is to bring awareness, kind of like shine the light on the issue. There's not a lot of organizations or a lot of individuals that are talking about property tax reform or property taxes, but it's something that we really, really need to be working on. Property taxes affect everything. Everything from the housing market. The general saying is that if the housing market is good, then the economy is good. If the housing market is bad, then the economy is bad. So number one, first and foremost, the housing market is directly impacted by property taxes. But then also you look at other things, like if you're a small business owner, whether you have a product or a service, you know, those property taxes, that overhead, as we like to call it, tend to, you know, kind of go into the cost to the end consumer. So, you know, whether rentals, if you're renting a home, I don't think a property owner is going to take a loss, you know, on their rentals. No, your rents are going to start going up too. So,
like you say, you lease a commercial space for your business and it goes up, your lease is going to go up. And it's a lot of people do not understand that then your prices for your service are going to go up. And
that's
people
correct.
do not understand that happens. That happens. And it happens more so and people get mad. But when is this workshop? Your workshop is when?
Okay, so I actually, well, I'm very excited thank you, Paul, for inviting me, because this is all I talk about. If property taxes is not your jam, then probably you don't want to talk to me, because this is all I talk about, and I'm very excited. My background is I am a real estate broker, and I have a lot of experience in real estate. So when we're talking about real estate and property taxes and such, it gets me really excited. And people probably look at me weird, like, what's up with this girl? But what's up with me is that I am, not only with my real estate experience, but I have a lot of passion and compassion, because it's my community. I'm a Texan. I'm from the frontera. I live here. I pay here. And so this is something that drives me personally. So through the LIBRE Initiative, we're working on, as I had mentioned, throughout the state of Texas, property tax reform. Now I do have some counterparts, some associates that are working on bonds this season, and those are in different areas. Thank God we don't have that issue here in Laredo this round, not to say we won't in the future. So my job is to really help educate and empower our community, right? And so when we're thinking about, well, some of my counterparts are working on bonds. When I say that is that they're checking to see if they really are legitimately beneficial economically for the community that they're representing. Sometimes they are, many times they're not. So I don't want to dismiss bonds, but sometimes they're appropriate, sometimes they're not. In this particular case, it's giving me a lot of time to focus on something else, which is just as important, which is actually the actual statements and the bills. And so from now until May 15th, many of your listeners can kind of go to their mailbox and see that the property appraiser, the Webb County property appraiser, has already sent out the statement. So if you haven't gotten it, be looking for it. You should be getting it at the end of March, which is next week, into the first week of April. And so I'm here to just kind of ring the bell. A lot of people may not be aware, and it hurts my heart, and I say that so sincerely. There's a lot of people that don't realize there's things you can do to reduce that bill. First of all, we want to make sure that everyone is aware that they have a homestead exemption, that they have exemptions, right? A savings. You have if it's your primary home, you have the ability to claim a homestead exemption, which reduces a percentage on your school taxes if you are over 65, and then if you have a disability. So all of these things really can impact your annual property tax bill. So we want to make sure that we're getting the word out. The other thing, which is just as important, many people may not realize that they have the benefit or the ability to protest your taxes. I'm here to tell you, if you don't know, that on that statement, you're going to have a little worksheet or a little form to fill out that you are interested. You can go online and do it. Personally, the way I am, I don't know if it's my age or just that I'm old school. I like to take my little paper and take it to the district, the county appraisal district's office, and have them date stamp it. So in either case, you can mail it in, you can hand deliver it, or you can submit online. Personally, I like to go and have a date stamp. That just makes me feel better. I don't know. With that, then the appraisal district is going to schedule a hearing. And so after that, you have an opportunity to go explain your case or plead your case and see why you feel like your appraisal is not just, right? And I say to everyone, you need to do this process. You have to do this process. It's a pain, it takes time, but believe me, year over year over year, this is something that'll be very beneficial to you and your family and your pocketbook. And so I'm actually here in the city of Laredo and Webb County, and I think I just booked something for Zapata. Yay! But I told you I love to talk about this. I'm doing a series from now until May 15th. I do have a launch event, which is an invitation to everyone, and it's a good time for me to talk to you and get to meet you if I haven't done so yet. On March 31st, from 6 to 8, we're going to have the title of it is Taxes and Taps Happy Hour. So we're going to have some light hors d'oeuvres. If you want to have a cocktail, then you have one ticket for yourself, and come and talk. I do have this is going to be a launch that for this protest season from now till May 15th to come and really learn about what it is that we're doing. So I have a gentleman, his name is Michael Berlanga. He is a CPA, a real estate broker, and actually works on protests. He's coming all the way from San Antonio, a good friend of mine, believer, Christian, a good man with a good heart. And he's coming. This is the second time he comes to Laredo on my request. And he does this at his cost. Like he feels like I do. This is my ministry. This is my mission. This is my calling. This is my purpose, whatever you want to call it. And he comes and he's going to be here on next Tuesday evening to share some tips. He's going to go into a little bit more detail as far as how to protest your taxes. My objective is just introduce you to the urgency and to the process. So after that, and I'm still working on putting some more events on the books. I got 2 confirmations today, so I'll put them up before the end of the week. But I'm putting local events here in the city of Laredo. We do have a confirmation from the appraisal district. They're going to send out a speaker. We are just going to be talking about who they are, what are your benefits, what are your exemptions, and making sure that as many people as possible understand what the purpose is and what they can do. So this is a very exciting opportunity for me at the end of the 6-week mark. I really want to be able to step back and say, wow, we helped 100 people. We helped families, so we helped 200 families. My goal is as many as possible, 600 families. If we're able to accomplish that and really have that conversation, I know I've done something good in my life. So that's what we're doing.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here in the city of Laredo from now to May 15th. We do have some more. We're going to transition in the summertime, late summer, early fall. There's budget hearings and other things that we'll be talking about. But for right now, the urgency is that people need to take a look at their statements, and people need to make sure they have their exemptions, and they need to make sure that they protest their taxes.
I got a couple of questions. Where is this going to be at, this workshop?
This is going to be a kind of a social hour. It's going to be at Otilia's, and this is March 31st, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it's at Otilia's. If you're not familiar, it's Otilia's buffet and dinner. I think it's
Del Mar, correct?
Del Mar. The address is 3311 East Del Mar. Yeah.
Perfect. On another note, if people have questions on specifics like protests, are they going to learn how to do that then?
They're going to get some general guidance. That's correct.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, I want to thank you for explaining what you do, what you're here for, what you're doing. Thank you for doing it. And folks,
Yeah.
you need to get behind your property taxes. You need to get behind what you're doing, what they're going for, and what the entities are doing with your money. Get behind that, because we might be giving our taxes hard earned money in good faith, and it's not always the case in how they're using it. So be careful with that.
We
Now,
have to have a voice.
people want to get involved and outreach you. How can they reach you?
Okay. Well, I appreciate that very much because I do need people. This is not a one person operation. This is us. This is not me. This is not Libre. This is us. And so, first of all, I'd like to direct everyone to our website where you can actually see what events are going on all over the state of Texas. And it's freedomisbigger.com. freedomisbigger.com, and that will get you to our state page. And on that state page, you're going to see a calendar of events, including mine. So all of my events will be submitted there. And so that's one way. Of course, if you'd like to get a hold of me personally, my phone number, I'm happy to give that to you, is 956-957-8906, 956-957-8906. And so, or my email, which you're welcome to also contact me that way, which is mrodriguez@blibre.org. And so if you want more information, you're also welcome to look us up.
And what I'll do is I'll post on the description the website, and as well as your email to post for people to look up and
I do. And so when I say volunteers, this is what we mean. Okay. Active. First of all, show up. Please come to our events. That step is already one. We call it one small step, but to me, it's one big step. Okay. Encourage other people to get involved. But we also have volunteer training. We have events. I was at a home expo this weekend. Some volunteers supported me out there. We do canvassing, which is very important. Sometimes that's the only way you reach people. So, or the biggest thing that people can help me with is connect me. So here's the call to action for right now. First, go on the website. Please go do that. But the next thing that I need is if you are a member of an organization that you would like for us to come speak to, I make myself available as much as possible. So if you have a group at a church group, a community group, anything, if you're part of an association, fire, police, retired teachers, I know they're very strong here in Laredo, any organization that would like to hear more about what we're doing, please share and invite me. And I'm happy to come and make a presentation for you. Realtors, I'm working with realtors. I'm spending a lot of time at the association, getting them moved because realtors really are at the top of the chain as far as real estate is concerned.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I want to thank you. And we're running. And folks, leave a comment, like, share if you like it. We'll see you all on Tuesday for your workshop, and I'll be passing by in case something doesn't happen. I'll be there. And for everybody out there, we'll leave you with this. You all be safe, stay safe, and God bless you all. Much peace. And thank you. Have you ever wondered about what happens in a martial arts studio? Well, you start right away by setting goals, building determination, gaining focus, building skills, all while becoming more fit, gaining confidence, and learning self-defense. Buitron Academy is a school where attitude meets aptitude. So give us a call at 956-401-4868.